Okay, students, so this is the first video out of two. This is going to be on statistics. The other one is going to be on probability. Um, I'm going to go through this, pay attention to it, but then I'm going to leave you a couple of questions for you to practice on your own. Okay, so number one, in the test, you might have data represented in this way, okay? In I want you to know how to read this, okay? Let's say, for example, we are talking about shoe sizes again, or I mean anything that we could be talking about. It doesn't even matter what it is, okay? I want you to be able to recognize what these little X's, or if they're dots, what these little dots represent. Okay, because I know you've been doing this since fifth grade, and a lot of you still don't really understand how to read this. Okay, first of all, in this question, it says find the mean. The mean is the average of all of this, okay? But now you have to understand that each of these X's represent different people or different numbers, okay? So for example, there is 3 3s. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in order. And whenever you see this, and if you see this in the FSA, which chances are you are going to see this in the FSA, this is what I want you to do with this. This represents 3 3 3. There's 3 3s. There's 1 4. There's 2 6s. There's 4 7s. There's 2 9s. Whoa. There's 1 11. There's 1 12. And there's 2 14s. Okay? Now, to get the mean, this actually helps a lot, because to get the mean, it's an easier way to add them if they're like this. But for everything else, you are going to have to line them up like this, okay? Because they are 3 3s, 1 4. I mean, it's not just like 1 3, 1 4, 1 6, 1 7. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the mean. Well, for the mean, it's easy. I have to add them all up. I'm just going to go ahead and multiply 3 times 3. Here I have 9. This is a 4. I have 6 and 6 is 12. 7 times 4 is 28. 9 times 9 is 18. I have an 11. I have a 12. A 14 and 14 is 28. I'm just adding them so you could do it in your head. 4 and 2 is 6. And 9 is 15. 28 and 18, that's 46. 11 and 11, that's 22. And then 28. And now I can add them like this. I mean, basically, I'm just adding them all, but that's my strategy. I guess when I get bigger numbers, then I'll just use my calculator. 15 plus 46 plus 22 plus 28. So my total is 111. Okay? I never do this one time. There are too many little numbers here, and anybody can make mistakes, including me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check my work. So I'm actually going to do it faster. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 4 plus 6 times 2 is 12. Oh, shoot. I already made a mistake. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 4 plus 12. 7 times 4 is 28, so it's plus 28. Plus 18, plus 11, plus 12, plus 28. It's 121. You see, I made a mistake. So my second one says 121. I'm going to do it again. 3, 3, 3, that's 9, plus 4, plus 6 and 6 is 12, plus 7 times 4 is 28. 9 and 9 is 18. 11. 12, 14, 14. This one says 122. Oh, geez. All right. So everyone is making. I'm going. Let me do it slowly. 3, 3, 3, 4, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 9, 9, 11, 12, 14. 14. What is going on? All right, guys. 3, 3, 3, 4, 6, 6. I'm glad this is happening, because this lets you know how many times you actually have to test yourself, because any little mistake can happen. And I don't want you to just get the first answer and say, okay, that's it. You have to check your work. I got 122 twice. So you know what? I'm going to say that the total here is 122. Hopefully you guys were doing it with me. So to get the mean, I'm going to get the total of all the numbers, which is 122. And then I'm going to divide it by how many. If you have this, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 divided by 16. So now I'm going to go 122 divided by 16. And my mean is 7.625. If I say round it to the nearest hundredths, that means I'm going to find my hundredths place and then look at the neighbor on the side. And if he's 5 or above, this is going to go up. So if it's rounded to the nearest hundredths, it's going to be 7.63. Remember, you're rounding. Okay, find the median. If you have this data set and I say find the median, you cannot find it by looking over here. Okay? You have got to put them all in order, just like I did over here, and then find the middle number. So I know I have 16, which half of 16 is 8. So I'm going to find my 8th number. When it's an even number, you're going to have 2 numbers in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my 2 median numbers are 7. So my median number is 7, okay? If it's 2 different numbers, you need to add them and then divide by 2, and that's going to give you your median number. Okay, so my median is 7. Okay, find the interquartile range. Okay, for the interquartile range, I'm going to get these numbers here, and then I'm going to get these numbers here. And now I'm going to find my median of these over here. So the middle number here is going to be 4 because I have 3 on this side and 3 on this side. So it's 4. The median here is going to be 11. Okay, so now when they ask for range is the spread, is how much is it from here to here. So once you have your interquartile, your upper and your lower, you're going to go 4 minus 11. Now I know 4 minus 11 is going to give you a negative number, but they don't want to know the negative number. They just want to know how many. So you're just going to find the difference. So 11 minus 4 is 7. So the range, the interquartile range, is how much is it from here to here? Well, there's 7 different numbers from here to here, okay? That's when they say the range. The mode is the number that repeats the most. In this case, it's easier when you look at it here because it tells you how many little x's are here. So 7 is the number that repeats the most. When they ask for find the lower quartile, okay? When they find the lower quartile, remember, these are the interquartile ranges. This is the lower one. The lower one is 4. When they ask to find the upper quartile, once you find your interquartile range, this is the upper one. It's 11. Okay, now, the quartiles, when they find, what is the third quartile? That is easier to see it in the box and whiskers thing. But even if you have this, you can still see it. The first quartile is going to be this one. The second quartile is going to be the median. So this is the first. This is the second. The third is going to be the 11. And the fourth is going to be your last number, which is the 14. Okay, so if I say what is the third, it's going to be 11. But again, I'm going to explain it now that I'm going to do, with this information, I'm going to do the box and whiskers, and you're going to see how that's all going to work out, okay? So if by any chance you get these, you get something like this, and you will on the test on Monday, you have to put it in order. Each of these represent that there's 3 3s, 1 4, 2 6s, blah, blah, blah. And that's how you read it. And we did enough practice in class. I think this should be a very easy test for you. Now, let's say you have this information. Once you have this information, you can do yourself a box and whiskers thingy-majiggy. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't care how many I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, I didn't ask you here what is the range. What was the range of your whole entire data set? Well, the range was the biggest number and the highest number. Well, the biggest number was 14 and the lowest number was 3. So you have a range of 11, okay? There's a spread of 11, but I hadn't asked you that. But now you get the range of your whole entire data set, and you're going to put a little dot here on the 3 and a little dot here on the 14, okay? That's where your information is going to start. So no matter what you interviewed, you did a survey, the first was 3, the lowest one, the highest one was 14. That's represented by these 2 dots. Okay, now you're going to find the median. You're going to grab your median, that's 7, and you're going to put a little line there. Okay, then you're going to find your lower quartile. Okay, the median, the interquartile range, the interquartiles. So the lower one is 4. I'm going to put a little line here. And the highest one, the upper quartile, is 11. And I'm going to put a little line here. And now I'm going to connect everything. I'm going to close this little box. I'm going to put a little line here. And I'm going to put a little line here. Okay, let me find a little color. Let me find another color. Okay. Now, you have to know how to read this, okay? This is the lower range of the whole entire data set. So this is what the range is going to represent. This dot and this dot. Okay? This is your first quartile. Okay, so this is your first quartile. This is your second, where your second quartile is going to start. This is your third, and this is your fourth. Okay? This line right here in the middle is the median. Okay, now let's talk about percentages. I don't care if the box is little, it's big, it's stretched to the right, it's stretched to the left. Percentage-wise, everything is going to be the same. So let's get another color. From this dot here, okay, from the beginning of your range to the first quartile, you have 25% there. From here to here, you have 50. From here to here, you have another 50. From here to here, I'm sorry, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. From here to here, you have 25. From here to here, you have another 25. And from here to here, you have another 25. Okay? The box itself is your middle, because it's in the middle, it is your middle 50%. It's your middle 50%. Okay? So this is the way that this works. And that's it. That's all you really need to know about this. Okay? So the range is represented by the 2 dots, first quartile, last quartile, median. All right. Now, the questions, just like we practiced in class. Let's say I say, what is 50%, so that you can read this, 50%, okay, of the participants scored below a 7. And that is true, because here is 7, and there's 25 and 25, that's 50%. So you can say that 50% of the participants scored below a 7. Okay. Also, I know with this data set that 50% of the participants scored above a 7. Okay. I can say 75% of the participants scored below an 11 if I'm talking about scores. 75, because from here to here, there's 25, 25, 25. There's 3 quadrants. That's 75%. I could also say only 25 of the participants scored an 11. Only 25%. Okay? I can say 100% of the participants scored between 3 and 14. Everybody scored in between that. So you have to really think and look at it, put your finger, do whatever you have to do, make notes, and understand how to interpret this. Okay, read very carefully, understand if they're saying above, below, all that good stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much it for statistics. That's all you have to know, and that's what the test is going to be about. You have to understand this stuff. I am not giving you the questions for the test this time. It's going to be easy, but you have to memorize how to do these things. Okay, my loves, bye. Go to the next video.